All right, so our first story is this Anthropic settlement found an interesting twist. There is a little company called ClaimsHero that is offering authors the opportunity to opt out of the settlement in return for potentially a larger payout later. So just to bring everyone up to speed, if you're just watching this for the first time, we've been covering this for a few weeks. Anthropic was in a class action lawsuit. Basically, it looks like authors that are involved that whose works may have been pirated by Anthropic in order to train their AI are looking to receive a $3,000 payout. Well, ClaimsHero is a law firm that's been aggressively advertising to authors on social media and on their website. And they're saying, hey, if you take our 3-minute sign up form, then potentially you can opt out of this class action settlement in return for we'll do you one better on the next one. And you could get up to $150,000 per title instead of $3,000. So
It's a trap.
this is yeah. So I'm gonna be doing everything. I'm gonna be doing everything in terms of how to scam Marines. Okay. If the place outside the base is selling you a Mustang at 39% APR, but it's the best deal ever and only for you because you're serving our country, maybe take a real close look at that. My heebie-jeebies are up all over the place about this. This does not seem like a good decision. At best, it's gambling.
Yeah, it's not a scam in the sense that they're going to do nothing. It's a real law firm from my research into this. What it is very risky. Although the people that are against it all have money to lose if you go with this option.
Yeah.
So the original law firm that filed the original case is already filed some motion to stop ClaimsHero from doing this because they want all of the settlements to go through their antitrust case so that they can get all of the money. The biggest winners are the law firms, not the individual claimants in an antitrust case. And I suspect they're going to fail because one of the things that the judge pushed back on earlier, if I remember correctly, was the ability for authors to opt out and still make their own cases. I think Anthropic does not want to pay anyone $150,000, and so they're not excited about this option. My thinking is there's a low chance that you could make a lot of money and an almost guaranteed chance that you will, if you do make money, it will be a long time in the future because this class that ClaimsHero is trying to pull together, if they're successful, which is a big if, they're going to have to relitigate this whole thing. And it's going to be this big, long process. And so you might get more money in the long term, but you're almost certainly going to get less money in the short term and maybe no money at all. So if I had a book in the class, which I don't, but if I did, I would just go and file the normal way and get my $3,000. I wouldn't try to roll the dice to get more.
Right. I've seen this a couple different ways, and I was kind of talking about this with Thomas beforehand. This also looks like something, if I was rolling the dice as Anthropic, I might put out there, hey, if you guys go for this, you could get more later, knowing that it's so unlikely you're going to win a later case. Like, we've lost this one, but we won't lose that one. So it just is all around bad. I don't like any of it.
Another thing is if you go to the ClaimsHero website, they're making it sound like this case is about AI and sticking it to Anthropic for training AI on books. And that is very misleading as to what the case is actually about, which is about piracy. It's not actually about training a large language model. Speaking of large language models, I created a new patron tool. So if you're a patron in the patron toolbox, I created a new tool called the SEO GEO Optimizer. And I actually made this for myself. So I was doing some work on the author update webpage and realizing that it didn't have a meta description or a good meta title. It's like, I need to fix that. It's like, do I have a tool that will just read a web page and generate a meta title and a meta description? I was like, I don't. I should make a tool that does that. And I was like, well, while I'm doing that, I should give a whole guide on giving you advice on other things you can do to the page to optimize it for SEO and other things you can do to the page to optimize it for GEO, and that it can work for any web page on any website. So it's kind of like the blog optimizer, but it's more generalized. So the blog optimizer is more about helping you brainstorm blog ideas and optimize that specific blog post for GEO and SEO, whereas the SEO GEO optimizer is for any kind of web page. And you can try it out at patrontoolbox.com. Give it a shot, run some of your pages through it, and see your pages eventually rank better on the search engines and get recommended more by the large language models.